Hey, feel I'm in the mood for a switch up. I hit the function, hit the rose till I hiccup. I hit the stage and leave with money that's a
Yeah, it went in, dude. Woo!
So it didn't leave anything?
Welcome back to the channel. This is No Luck Garage. I'm Matt, that's Liz, and as you can tell, this giant red paperweight is now out of the storage unit. So we filmed a video the last 2 times we were home since we have put out the last video, but it was the same video because we would put the transmission up and then the clutch wouldn't do clutch things and we had to take it back down. So finally we ended up sending the clutch out to Monster Clutch, who is the manufacturer of the clutch, and they found a problem with the pressure plate. So they repaired it, sent it back to us. We put it in yesterday and it actually moved. So we did film a few clips, but it was more of just getting it done because we didn't have a ton of time. So now we're letting it idle, get up to temp. The coolant was a little bit low because the thermostat hadn't opened since we have put it all back together. We did replace the radiator while we were in there. So we're going to let it idle for a little bit. I'm not exactly sure what we're going to do. Maybe we might take it for a drive. Probably, but we'll have to see. So we'll pick up a little bit later.
Well, there she goes. Finally driving under its own power with the Monster Clutch. That's just pretty exciting.
Yo, this thing is quick! Good Lord!
Platoon feels good?
Yeah. Alright, we got a bunch of little things taken care of. Now, I'm just going to drive it around the storage unit for a bit. Want to make sure that the coolant is bled sufficiently. It's got such a good sound. Check engine light did come back, so we'll have to scan it and see exactly what it is. Would love to like rip on it a lot, but it is not fully tuned yet. So it has a start up and like a drive around tune, but I may have accidentally left those marks yesterday. Foot slipped and all. Yeah, it has such good street manners. Like, I don't know, what do you think? Should we take it out? to the
It's only like a mile
car
down
wash?
the road. It's the worst they can do. I think we sat there with you rubbing it a little bit, idling it for long enough. I love this exhaust.
Yeah, the exhaust is nice and quiet.
Sounds
Alright. Yeah, I guess we really haven't driven on these wheels either.
nope.
Oops.
So the other day when I was going to Kroger down here, there was a cop sitting behind the parking lot. So I guess he knows that people tend to get some speed going downhill. So just watch out for that.
Was it
35.
35.
35. That's why it's such a speed trap. Nah, he's not there. So.
Feels so good to finally be driving this. Just got to do a bunch of clutch in, downshift, upshift, stuff like that to break in the clutch. This is like the first clutch that I've actually properly broken. Because normally we take it around the block once or twice, make sure everything sounds good, and then just go burn out. But this is also probably 3 times more expensive than any other clutch I've ever purchased. That we have purchased.
I've only ever purchased the finest eBay. What were those Exetti? Smell the, I guess it's just the coating on the exhaust still burning out.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit of everything. We have greasy fingerprints all over everything and brand new exhaust. All right, so we're gonna give it a wash. We'll be back. All right, I got the car all washed. Turned out to be a perfect day for it. Got to go out this way because there's some heavy dips. Going the other way. Come on, man, what are you doing? Why would you cut the corner like that?
He's used to driving a lower car.
Yeah, 3,000 is about as high as I want to take it right now until we get it tuned. I think it might have blipped like 4K yesterday when I was driving it around, but okay, it is recording still.
Go get it washed. Take it to O'Reilly's.
Cut semi-truck off? That's what everyone loves to do.
Probably not.
Semi-truck slow and they have good brake.
Oh my gosh, no.
Please don't do that ever. Yeah, I mean, it's idling really smooth, so.
Yeah. Sounds really good.
We haven't been here with a lowered car.
been built since we put it in the storage unit, yeah?
I think so.
I think so. I think you're probably right.
Where's the least chance we'll get hit? This one right here.
The entire parking lot is danger.
Yeah, that wine will never get old.
It sounds so good.
Alright, I guess we should roll up the windows to be safe, right?
Need anything while we're here?
I don't think so. Alright, we just got the code scanned at O'Reilly's, plural. No, possessive.
Possessive, yeah.
And it was the mass airflow sensor codes, which I had a sneaking suspicion it was going to be. But my Google Foo was strong, and it was saying that they are supposed to pop up when you have it tuned in speed density, so it is normal. But the tuner normally codes out those, but the car would have to be running. That's why it didn't code them out.
Yeah.
So he bench tuned it, but he does not have, it's got to run and then you tell it which codes to ignore. So he converted it to speed density like it's supposed to. And then when we go to get it final tuned, they'll cut those 3 check engine lights off. I think I did a decent job on the, oops, just kidding. Did I pull it out of the loop? But that's fairly easy to go back in. It was such a relief to get the transmission all put back together and like throw it in gear the first time and then it'd actually roll. Didn't make any weird noises, so I don't know, man. Like I've put in probably 75 to 100 clutches in my working on car time, but that's still made me like question everything. It just turns out to be a defective part, which happens, but it just sucks when it happens to you. We just got done eating at this drive-in. Nice. JD booked it.
Which one?
The direct shipper.
Cool.
Yeah, we're helping a friend out that moved from Prime to Landstar, helping him book some loads and make sure he's not falling into any of the Landstar traps that people have to learn the hard way sometimes. So now we're going to probably head back to the storage unit. It's been a nice drive around, unless we can come up with something else that we want to drive around at.
Yeah, so next time we'll have to come here and we'll back into one of those spots in the front, and then that would be a good photo opportunity. Everyone is going to know this car.
So, I don't know if you saw it, the reason I did that, leaving, so there was a guy that kept walking back and he kept like looking at the car and laughing at the plate, and he was sitting out in front of the restaurant.
Oh, was he?
Yeah. So I wanted to let him know that the license plate meant what it meant.
Yes, our wallet will be crying.
And that Mustang.
Stanton does have a healthy car community.
the old exhaust being chambered, it was so drony inside.
It's terrible. No, this is great. This is perfect.
Well, this is not the update that we really wanted to make, but yesterday when we were bringing it back, see these oil drips? They conveniently follow where the car was, where we were backing up. And then these little guys, that right up to where we parked it. So Liz noticed a pretty steady oil drip. So we pretty much put the car away, and I just didn't want to deal with it that day. So yeah, I guess I should get the keys. So we left it for today. We're going to jack it up and see what is leaking. We have a suspicion that it's going to be the rear main seal, which we replaced. But we won't really know until we lift the car up and see where it's leaking from. Alright, so track the oil down here. You can see it up here a little bit. So the issue is I don't see it coming from the pan, so it's almost certainly the rear main seal, and it's leaking through this little gap right there. So transmission's probably gonna have to come out again, which is not a huge deal. We kind of expected it, but also need to double check and make sure all the bolts are still where they're supposed to be, because definitely heard something come loose and hit the exhaust and fall into the road while we were driving. So I'm assuming it's like an exhaust bolt or something, but I gotta double check and look. Yeah, I mean the oil pan is pretty wet too, but that's been like that. That's not a fast leak like that one. So all right. Well, it was fun while it lasted. It was a blast driving the car around yesterday. So it is looking most likely like the rear main seal, which is fine. We'll drop the transmission. I'm going to get the actual factory tool to align the rear main seal, and we'll give it another shot. I mean, it could be where the rear cover meets the oil pan. Who knows? Either way, we got to take the transmission back off, but we're okay with that. We fixed up some of the, there's a few coolant leaks, like where the heat exchanger hoses run into the supercharger heat exchanger. Tighten those up. Tighten the lower radiator hose, had a small drip, so we fixed that. And then cleaned up a little bit, made sure there was no other leaks. So we just got to drop the transmission again, put it back up. We could get that done in a weekend, and then we should be good to go. At least this time we know the clutch is going to work, theoretically. It was working yesterday. Everything was good. So once we get that done, I can make sure the fuel trims are good, and we can actually drive it down to Virginia Beach to get it final tuned. And then we could have some fun. So I think we're going to end this video here. We got a little bit of the driving footage. We do have the footage from the day before, so should make a decent video. And it's going to be a little while before the next update. So thank you for watching, and we will catch you on the next one.